Welcome, everybody. Yeah. I'm Pat Tiernan. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Stone Brewing Company, and I am stoked to have so many familiar faces and friends in the audience today. Really appreciate you guys being here. Oh, it's my second beer. Jeez. Thanks, Randy. So I'll be real brief. Many of you heard me say, to me, even prior to coming to Stone, it always meant three things. One, of course, the beer. Two, the community. And three, the experience. And a lot of you have heard why we've chosen this deal before, but I want to focus on one element of it, and it's the experience. And it's all the faces that I see in the audience right now. There's far too many to name, but the brewers, the city, the government, the mayor, the governor, the council members, the restaurants, the breweries, everybody. It's been really a phenomenal experience for us personally, working this deal, going through the site selection process, to everything that we've done today. Even this morning, from 10 to whenever it was that we got to lunch, we were working out problems at City Hall with Jane and Don and a few other people on upcoming issues. And that's what's been really meaningful for us. You guys have done what you've said, you've given us clarity, and more than anything, you've given me a hell of a lot of fun. So welcome. And up next, we're going to have Secretary of Agriculture, Todd Haymore.
Pat, thanks, man.
Yep.
How does it feel to be the most overdressed person in the room today?
Feels good.
I wanted to be dressed like you guys.
I don't have shorts on.
Are those your good jeans? Okay, good jeans. Well, thank you. And the entire Stone team, thank you for the investment in Virginia, the jobs that you're going to be creating, the tourism activity, obviously the commitment that you have to local sourcing and helping our agricultural community grow, what you're doing out west in California. I know you're committed to doing the same thing here, so thank you so much for that commitment. And we look forward, as we've said to you hundreds of times, look forward to continuing to help you build that relationship right here in Virginia. I don't think, as the projects that I've had the opportunity to work on with the governor, our colleagues at VEDP, Secretary Jones, and others over the last few years, I don't think I've met anyone more committed to becoming a part of the fabric of the community than you gentlemen. And Craig Spitz, I think you're the best example of that I can use. The coming in here several months ago and spending all the time in Virginia to learn about our history, learn about other businesses, our other outstanding craft breweries. That I know some of the folks are here today that are going to continue working together to build a narrative of being the preeminent East Coast craft beverage manufacturer. So thank you all for that commitment as well. We stood on the mansion steps in October of 2014 to announce this. And since then, again, going back to the narrative about building this great craft beer industry, and you all are helping put a turbocharge into that, the growth is continuing. We talked that day about 82 craft breweries in Virginia. Now we have over 130. We talked about 130,000 barrels of craft beer being produced in Virginia. Now we're over 150,000. You all, in year one, 2017, of full year operations, are going to almost get there to double that size, and then over the next few years, getting up to 300,000 barrels. Thank you so much. You are going to help, again, build this great craft beverage narrative that we have here in Virginia. So I applaud that. I thank you very much. And I thank you for the investment, the jobs being created, the tourism activity, everything all rolled together. And I'm going to introduce now someone who cares about those things as much or more than I do, my colleague and friend, Secretary of Commerce and Trade, Maurice Jones, who's putting on a Stone hat.
This is the only time I can wear a hat in the house without my grandmother frowning. And actually, she's looking down, frowning now. I'm sorry, Grandma. It's all good. I want to add my thanks to Secretary Haymore's thanks. And there are a lot of people to be thanked for this, Stone in particular, but Richmond Economic Development, the Virginia Economic Development Partnership, the City Council in Richmond. By the way, it's another great day to be in the greatest city in America, right? Huh? So we're happy to be here. It was a team effort. And leading the team is our 72nd governor of the Commonwealth. And the governor has certainly made economic development something that he lives and sleeps and dreams and all the other stuff by. And it's paying off. 528 announcements so far in 23 months, $9.1 billion in investment, 67,800 net new jobs in Virginia since the governor took office. You can definitely clap for that. And we're about to add another 300, right? Or was it 500?
Give us a few years.
Join me in welcoming the 72nd governor of the Commonwealth, Governor Terry McAuliffe.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Y'all fired up? You are in the greatest city, in the greatest state in the United States of America. Let me tell you this, Mayor, they are not doing this today in Pennsylvania. They are not doing this in Maryland, and they are not doing this in Ohio today. They are doing this in Richmond, Virginia. I want to thank Secretary Jones, Secretary Haymore, Secretary Stoney, the Secretary of the Commonwealth is with us. We are so blessed. And Mayor, it is great to be in the greatest city in America right here with you. We love Richmond, Virginia. And I want to thank all of our folks from Stone. I think of what we've had. We've had a lot of fun together. Have we not? Yeah. Steve? Yeah. Fun? Patrick? Absolutely. Craig? It is not easy being governor. I mean, we just had a lunch at the mansion. Of course, we had to serve some Stone beer. But we have had many great nights at the governor's mansion talking about this deal, putting this deal together. And I agree with both our secretaries. This was a team effort. The city, the state, private sector, our economic development team, everybody came together. But what was a nice little sweetener on the deal is when I invited you three gentlemen to overnight at the mansion, and it was between us and that state of Ohio. So they came, and I said, would you like a beer? Of course, we'd love a beer. So I took them over to the brand new kegerator, which I had personally purchased, and we served a beer, and I opened it up, and it said Stone IPA. The deal was done. I mean, Ohio wasn't doing that. The governor of Ohio didn't do that for you. No, right. Has the governor of California ever been to your facility? No, okay. So what I think we ought to do, Greg, I think we ought to move out of that crazy San Diego and move the whole operations here to Virginia. How's that? Our weather is so much better than San Diego. I mean, you get tired of that same weather every day. We've got 4 seasons. You guys have sharks in the water. We don't. You go to Virginia Beach, 28 miles of beach. The dolphins come right up to the beach. You put your children on the dolphins, they go for a ride. They bring them back. It doesn't happen in California. No, sir. Only here in Virginia. So today is a great day. This beautiful 213,000 square foot facility. Nearly 300 new jobs here in Richmond, Virginia. And it's not only the direct jobs here. I know that we have the Stepanian family here, the distribution, and we have the Archer family here. 2 of our big distributors, where are they in the back? Both of them together have added about 100 new employees because of this great effort. So give that a great round of applause. This is a $74 million investment, which is spectacular. And if you remember, 20 states were bidding on getting this facility. And we won that, and it's because of all the folks in this room. And it's not only the economic development team, it's the citizens of Virginia, the citizens of Richmond. When the Stone folks came and you went on your pub crawls, which I'm still angry you didn't invite me on because you said they were secret, but they loved the folks here in Richmond. They talked about how open and welcoming and how great it was. And so at the end of the day, it was the citizens of this great Commonwealth and this great city that actually sold the deal. So on behalf of all of us, I want to thank all the citizens here in Richmond. I also want to give a great shout out for the mayor. Was that bike race not the greatest race you have ever seen? And I want to, they had great leadership. Greg, they weren't doing that bike race in San Diego. No, sir. They were doing that right here in Richmond, Virginia. I'm telling you, we had a great lunch at the governor's mansion before we came over here. It was spectacular. We loved our craft brew industry. There are 4,144 craft breweries now in the United States of America. There are 15 states in America that have over 100 craft breweries. And I'm proud to say that Virginia is one of those 15 states. Do we not love our craft breweries? Why do we love them? The total economic impact is about $650 million, over 8,000 jobs here in Virginia, directly related to our craft beer industry. But you think what's going on today in Virginia, 270 wineries we have in Virginia. We have 135 craft breweries, 40 craft distilleries, and 10 cideries here in Virginia. Huge economic activity. As you all know, I am the first governor to visit all 23 community colleges. I will be the first governor in Virginia history to visit all 36 state parks, and I promise you, I will be the first governor to visit all 135 craft breweries in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And if there's any man who can do it, I'm your man. I apologize for my Irish heritage. So what I'd like to do now is we're going to give a toast, and we have some special glasses that have been made up here that has the seal of the great Commonwealth of Virginia. As we all know, in 1607, when those three ships left Britain to come to the United States of America, the Discovery, Constance, and Godspeed, those three ships did not go to North Carolina. They did not go to Pennsylvania or Maryland or New York. We just had a great Thanksgiving. They talk about this little pilgrim picnic up in Massachusetts. That was 2 years after us, folks. Let me be clear. No. Those ships came to the great Commonwealth of Virginia. So we have these glasses with the seal of the great Commonwealth, with Stone Brewery, and we have today's date. So if Greg, you could come up. Put that ratty-tat glass down. That thing got the seal on it. Switch out there. Let's switch out here. That means nothing. You get that in San Diego. You don't get that in Virginia. Steve, come on up.
Thank you.
Patrick, come on up. Craig, come on up. Mayor, come on up. First Lady, come on up. Well, that's about the end of the classes, guys. So. You guys want to stand up here? They've got no more beer for you, but.
We have some beer very close.
Yeah, we got beer right here.
Yeah, everybody get a glass. Jody, come on up here.
Anybody else? Everybody good?
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give a toast on behalf of every citizen of the Commonwealth of Virginia to thank Stone Brewery, who did have the option to go to 20 states. They picked the great Commonwealth of Virginia, and they picked the great city of Richmond. And I want to thank Stone Brewery, and by the time we are done here in Richmond, I want to toast the greatest craft brewery in the United States of America, Stone Brewery. Thanks, guys. All right. Oh, that's good. Okay.
After that, it better be bad.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a lot to live up to.
Good afternoon, folks. Of course, your program says Dr. Cynthia Newbill, the 7th District Council person, but she's the pretty one on this side of the fence, but I'm here today to represent her. Thank you, Governor. But on behalf of her, Governor, she wants to welcome you to the city again and to the First Lady, to all of those present. Of course, you left out one thing. You said it's a great day in the state, it's a great day in the city, but she would always say it's an even greater day in the 7th District. Can I hear that again? A greater day in the 7th District. You know, we've been watching the project from the first shovel in the ground to what you see today. And the man I'm getting ready to introduce is the one that's been in her right ear and her left pocket. And this commitment together, or marriage together, has created this facility today. So let me introduce to you the mayor of the great city of Richmond and her partner in the greatest district in the city, Mayor Dwight C. Jones.
Thanks, Sam, and what a wonderful day this is. We've been watching this ginormous building going up, and it's good to be inside and see the wonderful work that we've been able to do. It has been like just a year ago, it seems, like we were there meeting with Greg and Steve at the boathouse trying to win them over, and things have moved so fast. And Governor, I want to thank you so much for being the energetic business getting governor that you are, because you have been a great partner for the city of Richmond. Let's hear it for our 72nd governor. Things have moved very fast with the Stone project, and we're just as excited as we can be about it. But from a local perspective, let me tell you what really makes it exciting. When you think about this community, Fulton community, this community was ravished by a flood in the 70s. Houses were taken down. The community was completely decimated. Promises were made and promises were broken. And so today is a great day for Fulton. Today is a great day because this Stone Brewery is a catalyst for economic development and residential development in this area. And for the citizens who live in the Fulton area, they could not be more excited to see Stone coming to be a part of this community. And so we're excited for more reasons that seem evident because things are turning around for this area of our city. Let me just take a few moments to thank some people from the city. I want to thank, as I mentioned, Governor McCullough and our partners in the Commonwealth and the neighbors here in Fulton. I want to thank Lee Downing and Jane Ferrara. Raise your hands, Jane and Lee. They had the foresight to pursue this opportunity, and together with Joey Smith and Rich Johnson and the EDA, I know they give you a hard time, Joey, but we want to congratulate you today. They helped Stone to catch the vision and to recognize what this site could be, and we beat out 20 states, but Governor, we beat out 300 other potential locations. And so this is really a win-win for us, and it really is a catalyst for this area. As I was walking up, I met some of the residents from this area, and they said, you know, it's about time something good happened here. And I said, you know, it's not just Stone, but the bus rapid transit system that the governor is helping us with as well is going to come, and there's going to be economic development that is going to be endeared by that. And so there are a lot of good things that are happening in this section of the city. And of course, Mark Horrigan, when he builds something, he builds it real fast. So if you want something done quick and in a hurry, get Horrigan to do it for you. Thank you for what you have done. And so thanks to everybody for bringing this neighborhood the care, attention, and investment it needs. We're proud to be partners with Stone. We believe that it's a great investment. They've been trying to kick at us and pick at us, but we're sticking with it because we know that this is the right thing to do, and we're proud to be partners with you in this great endeavor. Now, I'm not going to let the governor best me by giving you something and then I don't give you something, so there you go. Greg, Steve, we have some City of Richmond glasses. There's no beer in it, I'm so sorry.
We can fix that. We can remedy that.
But we'll remedy that,
Okay,
right.
very
Very
good.
good, very good. Okay, good, okay.
There we go.
There you go. All right, there you go, thanks a lot.
Mine comes with beer.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
John? Who's next, buddy? Oh, Greg, you're...
Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters of craft beer. Good afternoon, my new brothers and sisters of Richmond. It's a great honor and a privilege to be here. I'm looking very forward in just under a year, actually in just a few months, to the sign that we have up there at Stone Brewing Company. In the future, it will say San Diego and have a dot, and it will say Berlin and have a dot, and it will say Richmond. I think what we are able to accomplish here today is a testament to the more than 4,000 breweries that the governor mentioned here in the United States, because we've gone from an age a few decades ago where the United States was literally the laughingstock for beer around the world. Every other country made fun of us. And now today, the tables have turned, and you can find American-style pale ales, American-style IPAs, et cetera, literally brewed all over the world. We have accomplished a complete change in the culture, the quality, the character of craft beer here in the United States, and it has been noticed, and we should be enormously proud, brothers and sisters. Are you with me? In fact, in just a few short days, this coming Monday, I have the privilege of being a representative of the Stone Brewing Company in Berlin, Germany, where we will pour our first ever Berlin brewed Stone beers in Europe in history. The first American craft brewer to build, own, and operate a brewery in Europe. So, but that's our small project. This right here is our big project. Because while San Diego is a phenomenal city and Berlin is a phenomenal city, it's my understanding that Richmond is the finest city in the world. I want to make a special acknowledgement to really the people on our team that were doing the heavy lifting when it came to putting this project together. Pat Tiernan, our COO, Craig Spitz, our CFO, and my partner, Steve Wagner, of 20 years at the Stone Brewing Company. So I say cheers to you. I really appreciate Mayor Jones and Governor McAuliffe and the entire team that we've had the honor of working with here. I do see a lot of familiar faces, and I know that I'm going to get to know a lot more of you. I appreciate the outreach and the warm welcoming reception of the brewers here in Richmond and in Virginia. The way that we treat each other in breweries in the United States and craft beer, I think can possibly be an example of how we could possibly treat each other as people across the world. Accepting the diversity and the differences, accepting that it isn't all about just us and our way, but it's about all of us and all of our ways and the range that we have to choose from. It's an honor to be a part of it. It's a privilege to be witnessing what is now arguably the most amazing time and the most amazing place in history to be able to enjoy great beer, which is right here and right now with all of you. So thank you very much. And with that, I'd like to introduce my partner in crime, again for 20 years, Steve Wagner, Stone Brewing Company.
Cheers, dude. Give me a cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody for coming out here today to see our project in progress. You know, Greg can be a tough act to follow. Most of the words are spoken by the time I get up here after him, but so I'll keep it brief. But I also wanted to extend our thanks to Team Stone. I mean, our folks here in Richmond who are making this all happen, and the people in San Diego who are here today who are making this all happen. Just a fantastic job. It's so gratifying to see it coming to life, and you know, that's the best thing of all for us. I mean, it's really amazing. And I'd like to thank Mayor Jones and Governor McAuliffe for their incredible support in this. You know, as it was mentioned, we stood on the steps of the mansion in October of 2014 and announced that we were coming here. Well, I think it's even more special that we're here more than a year later and we're all happy about what's happening here. And the progress is great, and we've just been an incredible team that has pulled this off. And so for that, we thank you, and we're just really looking forward to becoming a part of the community here. So thank you.
I remember one time in court, the judge said, "Mr. Smith, you have 2 minutes, but don't feel like you have to use it all." I feel a lot like that today. From the EDA's perspective, it's just been a dream come true for us. It's wonderful. People from the Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority are here too. We're on their land, and my partner in crime, Rich Johnson, is not here today, but if there's a hero or two heroes, Jane Ferraro with the city and Rich Johnson with the EDA have really made all this happen. So rarely do you get to see something actually start and finish, and we're not quite there yet, but we're darn close. So gentlemen, welcome to Richmond, and I look forward to that first Richmond brewed beer, okay? Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Craig Spitz, CFO here. I get to close us out, so bear with me as I finish off this love fest. So, you know, it's an exciting day for Stone. We were looking back, it's probably been about 2 years since we first started putting together our RFP for this process. And, you know, coming here, you know, when you just see pictures and everything, it just doesn't do it justice. And just borrowing a phrase from Donald Trump, sorry, Governor, this is huge.
He gave me money too.
This is huge. So I had the pleasure of probably spending more time here than anyone. I was here from September of 14 through middle of March when we signed the deal. And I was at every city council meeting for that time. And learned a lot, but you know, I'm not saying it. You know, yeah. But I do want to just, on behalf of Stone, just really thank some people. And I know we've heard it, but just hearing it from us, you know, from the state, obviously, Governor, you've been awesome from your support and everything, and we thank you. And Secretary Jones and Secretary Haymore. It's been just an honor and a pleasure working with you guys. And from the city, Mayor Jones and Grant Neely. You know, we haven't heard his name yet. Thank you, Grant. He sat at most of the city council meetings with me, so kept me company. And then from the EDA, again, Jane Ferrara, Lee Downey, Joey Smith, and my negotiation counterpart was Rich Johnson, and we got to become buddies, and it was great. So, you know, for all their dedication, diligence, and vision, everyone had the vision of what this could be with private and public cooperation to what we could do for the greater Fulton community and Rockettes, and we're just very proud to be a part of this. And I just want to say that I look forward not only as a member of Team Stone, but as a new fan of Richmond, and look forward to the day I can paddle my kayak up the river, park it, get out, and have a beer. Right? And I'll be doing that as a fan. So thanks for coming, and it's been just a great experience. So thank you.
Let me just say one more thing about Stone before we go. We are working 2 other gigantic craft brewery deals here in Virginia. I've traveled to the West Coast. Both of those deals, I called Stone and said, would you call the owners of those 2 companies to tell them how great it is to do business in Virginia? And I want to thank Stone because they have taken an extraordinary effort to call. When I go about the craft beer, they're all in it together. They're not competitors. And they've actually made calls to tell 2 of the biggest in the country who are looking at Virginia, this is the best place in the country to do business. So let's hear it once again for Stone and thank them for their tremendous brothership and fellowship to the Commonwealth.